Hello, welcome back. In this segment, I will explain a few facts about the string length function, which is used to compute the length of the given string. The string itself is represented here as an array of characters. As you can see, character array is declared over here. The question is, what is the length of the string? If you take a step back and read the manual for string length, just to refresh yourself, and man string length, right? And if you look at the description, you will see that string length function calculates the length of the string. Input string is yes, excluding the null byte. So it's not including the null byte. That's what they're saying. So if you now go back to the program, right, does it mean that the length will be 3 because we have 3 here and then a null, right? Or it's going to be 1 because we have a null here. Okay, that is the question. And if you now just compile this thing, right, you get a length 1. That tells us that the very first null byte is used to terminate the string, and the string length is computed all the way until the first null byte, excluding the first null byte. That is the reason why we are getting 1 as the string length. Okay, that is the very first fact. What if I remove null, all nulls? Let's say I remove this and this. You get a length 2, but it's not quite right. You're a little lucky. The reason is that there may be null bytes that are present above the array where the array is declared in memory. And that null byte is used to terminate this array. Okay, let me make this point more clear. Let's say I have some dummy, which is just C and D. Let's try now, see whether that makes any difference for the length of the array. Not the dummy array, but the length of the array that we have been experimenting with. It still shows 2. Okay, let's do one more thing then. Let us compile this with some special flags and see what happens. The reason why we are getting length 2 is that the stack protector is there that ends usually with a null byte. That's the reason why you are getting this. But let me try with no stack protector, which you are not supposed to use in production. But for us, the goal is to understand the string length behavior, so that should be okay. You see here now, the length is 4. Run it again, show you what's happening. Length is 4. Although, look at the code, the length of the array conceptually is 2. But why are we getting 4? Because it's taking A, B, and turned out the dummy was just above the array in the memory address. And then it reads CD, but CD also doesn't end with a null, but above dummy is the stack protector, which usually ends with a null. That is the reason. We can also experiment with one more thing here. Let me put a null here, right? Now we expect you have length to be 3. Okay, that explains the fact that your array must terminate with a null byte. Otherwise, string length behavior is unpredictable, meaning it can go all the way until the null byte and tell you the answer. That may not be the length that you are actually looking for. So make sure that if you are processing the string length of an input, that input is actually terminating with a null byte. Otherwise, the string length is not necessarily correct. That is one interesting lesson from this exercise. Thank you very much for your attention.